wanted to have Glenda on the show because last year, I think was the first time you did that, right?
No, this is our third year.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. This is the third year of doing Feed Our Community.
This
is the second year of doing the cook-off.
What's being cooked?
Well, I don't know yet.
It's a contest.
It's a contest. We have 3 teams. Matt Crawford from the Outdoor Learning Center is one team. New Leaf United Methodist Church is another team. And then the men from the Masons Lodge is the third team.
So they will be the ones that compete this year against each other.
They compete against each other. And the rule is, we have a rule. And it has to be something that can be eaten with a spoon.
A rule.
So
one rule.
One rule.
Okay, now that is a nice contest.
It can be a stew, a soup, a chili, chowder, anything that it can be in a little bowl and eaten with a spoon.
Didn't the library girls win one year?
They won last year.
Was it last year?
Yes, and they had a wonderful soup chowder thing.
Does it have to be a main course type thing, or could it be something sweet, like a dessert?
If it can be cooked on a camp stove and eaten with a spoon.
Okay.
Pretty much lax in the rule part.
Now, Matt did tell me that he is going to cook chili, but I don't know what the Methodist Church is going to cook, and
Is that Scott Walsh?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's a really good cook.
He is. Now, I don't know if he's part of the cooking team or not. Our new youth minister, Jeremiah C., is the captain. So I don't know who he's got cooking on the team.
Okay.
So they bring their ingredients out there.
Yes.
And then they have to prepare it there over a campfire.
Over on a camp stove.
Camp stove. You could do your campfire stew from Boy Scout camp.
Yes, they could.
Yeah.
You could have a great wave team. I could see all these guys, Andy and
well, they already got their team, so I
punching.
Well, there's always next year. I can remember that. Write that down.
They'd probably be out there fighting and arguing. And
have you ever had that?
Yes, I went to Girl Scout camp.
Oh, you never had mine though.
No, I haven't had yours.
I thought I brought you something.
The best, I'm sure.
Yeah.
In his opinion.
So this is something you started, and all the proceeds go to
the Conneaut Food Pantry.
Conneaut Food Pantry.
So you charge people to come in and participate? Is that, I mean, to taste? Or?
What it is, it's because people that have been to our farm, and we've had a lot of folks come out to our farm. We don't charge anything. You know, we give them a tour, all that. We don't charge anything. But just that day, which is Saturday, July 18th, the third Saturday in July, from noon until 4. That is the only time that we charge, because everything goes to the food pantry.
Right.
So the admission, on my flyers that you will be seeing around town, admission is $1 per person or 1 food item. So that's the admission to get to the farm.
Okay.
So then the teams start cooking. The judging takes place at 3 p.m. sharp.
And who judges?
The people there judge.
People there? Okay.
Now, for $3 per person, that way you get a bowl of each team's food, and then you judge. Okay, then you do your vote. Right. So if somebody made a dessert,
I'd say they might win. They might give a tip to those Masons.
So, so the object is for every person that comes to the farm that day, I know I'm going to get at least $4, 1 admission, and 3 to judge. And everything goes to the food pantry. And we'll have a raffle, we'll have a basket, and so of course all of those proceeds go to the food pantry.
You had bad weather one year. Was it last year?
Last year, yeah. Last year, you know, it was a drizzle on and off, just a drizzle. But it doesn't matter. if it's, I mean, of course we hope for good weather.
Right.
And if it's good weather, we'll have the camp stoves and everything set up under the shade tree on the lawn. If it's bad weather, like it was last year, we just move everything into the hay barn. So
I'm trying to think
We get used to that.
who else participated in that last year. I knew it was the library.
oh, it was the library girls, city council, and chamber.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
high rollers.
Yes, yes. And of course, they're scared this year, you know.
Yeah, that's,
Well, it's all. I watched the video of it, and it looked like an awful lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
so do you go out and look for these teams, or do they contact you? How do you
Well,
find people to
actually,
participate?
Matt Crawford volunteered to do it.
to
But
find
then,
people.
but then the other two, I asked and they said yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
That's kind of how that worked
Okay.
this year.
So it is rain or shine then.
Rain or shine, because you're undercover either way. You know, you'll be under a shade tree if it's sunshiny.
Right.
You'll be in the hay
Barn
barn if it's raining.
Right. Right.
So and we'll have tables and chairs and
Are you going to do the little tour thing that you did that last year? I think
absolutely.
it was. Because that house is what 100 and some years old.
Oh yeah. Oh, if somebody wants to do a tour of the house, now I did that year before last.
Okay.
I didn't do it last year, but I will be happy to take anybody on a tour, but they'll have to pay $1
It's all right.
because everything just for that 4 hours goes to the food pantry.
Does how old is that house?
The original part was built in 1860. Now the rest of it, which is currently our living room and our kitchen, I don't know when it was built, but it's old.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the whole
So the
house
original-
is old.
The original house was built 1860, the Civil
1860.
War era.
Yes,
Wow.
Abraham Lincoln was president.
Yeah, that's right.
And what is currently our bedroom was the living room kitchen, or the one room,
Right.
you know. And because in our closet is the original front door to get into the house.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, that stuff, I like that kind of stuff, that historical stuff, and you often wonder, did they farm the land and all that stuff back in those days? I mean, it's
Probably.
I imagine you have to.
I don't think Orlando's was here.
No,
AMP.
they were a few years later.
And like our stairs going upstairs, they're not all people would want to go up those stairs because they're the little bitty
That's what you were
Oh, the
telling me,
narrow.
yeah.
steps,
right.
the little narrow. Of course, I run up and down them all the time, but you know I'm used to
So
it.
You
is
got
your-
little feet.
But
Is your bedroom upstairs then?
no,
or-
our
okay,
bedroom,
it's
our
on the first
bedroom
one. Okay.
is what was the living
Little-
room
okay, that's
kitchen.
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, we have a couple of, well, actually was a couple of bedrooms up there. One is my craft room that I make things in the wintertime especially.
Right.
And then the other one is our walk-in closet. Because you know, back in those houses, they don't have too many.
Oh, right. Little
Closets.
tiny.
How
Oh,
many
my
bedrooms
goodness.
do you have? Just the one?
Well, we have one upstairs too.
So you have
we
two.
have two.
Two bedrooms.
Yeah, 2 bedrooms. And but you know what, that upstairs, it's a real low ceiling. And because I'm not even 5 foot tall,
Right.
I can stand there and go like this and I
No
can touch
kidding.
the ceiling.
People
Really?
were smaller back then.
That's short, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. You're sure not going to do jumping jacks up there.
Wow.
No.
Well, that's lucky. It's an excuse to not exercise, right? I'm sure you get enough
Yeah.
outside.
But yes, if somebody wants to come in and see, we're more than happy to do that. But yes, touring the farm and showing everybody what we have there. Needle felting demonstrations. I show people my car.
The animals.
Oh, of course, the animals. Bob says hi.
Bob is
Bob
he's
says
still
hi.
there.
Still hanging in
Yes.
there.
Remember Bob?
I
You
do.
you and I did the video.
Right.
Bob and Maggie May were there
Right.
too. Of course, you know Maggie May is in Michigan now.
And a mom, isn't she?
And she's a
a mom.
mommy. Yes, yes.
So, what is the lifespan for an alpaca?
20 to 25 years.
Okay.
And
So it's like raising a kid. If I get them out after some,
get your
when they're
18
20.
out of here.
How old is Bob?
Okay.
Bob is, I'm going to say off the top of my head, he's 6, I think now.
Oh, he's a youngster.
Yeah. Casino is our oldest, and he's right at 8 years old. Snickers is the baby. He's going on 4. And then Rocky, Kessler, and Bob, they're right at 6, 7.
So you only
right in
have
there.
boys?
We only have our boys now. We used to have a lot of alpacas, and we used to do a lot of breeding.
Let me tell you why you don't
competition.
now. Because all you have are boys.
That's right.
Really? Did
I learned that.
was Bob born here?
Oh yes, I helped bring him into the earth.
Where did he get that
Yes, into
disposition?
the world. He has an attitude.
He does.
And do you know he is the only alpaca we have ever had that will not eat from anybody's hand. He won't eat from my hand. And I helped bring
I
him
wonder why
in.
he's like that.
Just that little black sheep.
It just has that
I was
attitude.
afraid of him.
Everybody has one of those in their family. Who do you think is in yours?
Probably
Everybody
me.
has one. Everybody has one of those.
We're going to take a break, and we'll be back. We're going to tell you a little bit more about this Feed the Community event
Yeah.
coming up on July 18th, 2 weeks after 4th of July, right after this.
Wow.
All right, we're back with Glenda Lowe from the Ramblin Rose Alpaca Farm, and she has a project coming up on July 18th at her farm where she is raising money to be presented to the Conneaut Food Pantry. This has been pretty successful, hasn't it?
Yes, it has.
You know, you felt a lot, and they need it, especially this time of year.
You know, when I first had the idea for this, I went to Renee and I told her, you know, my idea. And so we went through the calendar to decide when to do it. And so, of course, at the holidays, people are very generous. So we said not around the holidays. And so we went through each month. And, you know, then the post office, you know, they do theirs. And
Right.
so that's how we came up with July, because that is the time of the year that everything from Renee's stuff that she does, the Postal Service, things start getting pretty slim.
Right.
And the holidays haven't started yet. So that's how Renee and I came up with doing this in the month of July.
You talked to her ever? Because what I'm thinking is we need to get her on the show to promote this too.
Yes, and she will be. Because hopefully I can come back between
Sure.
now and
Oh,
then
absolutely.
and talk more about it. Yes, she knows I'm here this morning.
Okay.
Okay, and but then the other thing, during that 4 hours from noon to 4 on the 18th, in the gift shop, if anybody makes any purchases in the gift shop, 10% of those purchases go to the food pantry. And then at the end of the day, which is 4 o'clock, at the end of the day, then all of the food gathered, that goes to the food pantry and they weigh it, because they do everything by weight. So then they weigh it. Well, whatever is collected, whatever food is collected, that's what Terry and I match.
That's right. I wanted you to mention that.
We match the food. One thing that we're doing a little bit different this year, at the farm, it's still July 18th, noon to 4, but the whole month of July, people will see totes, plastic totes at Save-A-Lot, Orlando's, and Quality Cleaners Laundromat, you know, out close to Save-A-Lot. And so anybody that can't come and would like to donate food, there will be totes at those 3 locations for people to put food in.
Okay.
That will be part of this. You know, that will go to.
And of course you can you don't have to just give $3. You could
Oh,
donate
absolutely.
more. So I mean,
Absolutely.
if anybody really has a passion for this, you know.
Now, you have an agenda there, some things that they can see also.
Oh yeah. Okay. This is a flyer that people will be seeing around town. And so while the teams are busy cooking, you can check out our little free library. You know, we have a little free library
Right.
out there. And then we have our chickens. We have some old hens and we have baby chicks. And of course, feed the alpacas.
You should have a competition to see if anybody can get Bob to eat out of their hand.
Well, you know what? I don't think that'll ever happen. He'll eat out of a bowl. He'll eat out of the trough. He will eat off of the ground. But he'll come up to your hand and he'll sniff, and you'll think, oh, he's going to do it. He's going to take some. Then he won't.
What if you put a glove on? Maybe he doesn't like the human hand or something, the scent. What if you put a glove on?
A white glove.
How about an alpaca glove? You don't go, oh my God, it smells like mommy.
Okay, Glenda.
Okay, on with. Oh, and then we have our barn quilt now. You know, the kids at the art center, at the
Community center?
no, high school. At the high school, the art class, they painted that for us, our barn quilt.
Nice.
And then now we have bunnies. And then this year, I've always had a very small little vegetable garden, but this year I've expanded it. And also my herb garden. Oh, and you know what you're going to have to see? I have 4 raised beds. Some of my veggies are in the ground. Some of the vegetables are in raised beds, but you know what they are?
Right.
They're old refrigerators and
Oh, that you bury?
an upright freezer. Terry, my husband, he took the doors off of the refrigerators
Right.
and took the motors out and all that. Then he drilled holes for drainage in the back, then set them up on and screwed in 4x4 legs, and laid them down. Well, then it just looked like a white refrigerator sitting out there. So I painted them. I painted alpacas and flowers
Right.
and stuff all over. Looks kind of
You
cute.
are so
They
clever.
were
So
pretty good.
that's your garden, that's like a container garden? Is that what you-
Yeah,
Okay.
raised beds. Kind of cute. Oh, and then in our honey house, people can see how our honey is.
You raise bees too?
Yes.
Wow.
And so you can see how honey is extracted. And then, you know, we have, well, same thing as 32 acres of miscanthus grass. It's like 31.9 or something. I say 32. That's easier.
What kind of grass is that?
Miscanthus grass, that is, it's not food for like the alpacas. It's a biofuel, but it's made into, they make many things out of it.
Oh,
the
okay.
biofuel is not much. Anything that you can make out of hardwood trees, you can use.
I thought they made cardboard boxes out of it.
You can make any paper product, just like you would a tree, you know, a hardwood tree. You know, toilet paper, paper cups, paper plates, paper towels, even lumber. They compress it
Right.
and make 2x4s,
Okay.
hardwood flooring,
Okay.
all kinds of stuff.
I'm writing that, I'm spelling that so that I can look that up.
Okay, that's what that is. It grows 12 to 15 foot tall every year.
When do they harvest that?
They usually harvest it in the winter. Ours was last year, it was harvested in February. This year, they weren't able to harvest it until I think it was April this year. And it's already in some spots 5 foot tall,
Wow.
just since they harvested
Wow.
it.
Gosh.
And then needle felting. I'll show people what I do with the fleece, how I card it and skirt it and do needle felting. Then of course we'll have the raffle, and then Joe Ross will be there with some music to entertain us.
Now, do you have a staff that works with you?
Me.
Oh my God, you do all of this.
Well, no, Terry
Okay.
and I, we
Right.
take care of the farm. Yeah. He actually, Terry pretty much takes care of the bees and the honey,
Right.
you know, that sort of thing, and he does the barn chores with the alpacas, but as far as the fleece and all that, no,
You do all of
I
that.
take care of that. Yeah.
You remember last year, I think it was last fall, you gave me a ball of alpaca hair.
Was it a nesting ball for the birds? Uh-huh.
Yeah. All winter long I drove around. I used to use it in the spring. So all winter long I rode around with it in my truck. And finally this spring I hung it up. It's gone.
See?
The birds come and
Make
Yeah,
nests
what
out of
it is, it's a little like a grapevine ball. So it's holey.
right.
And then I put alpaca fleece in it, and so then a string so you can hang it on your deck or your porch or in a tree. Well, I stuff it with alpaca fleece, and you want it. You want it inside. I pack it pretty good, but around the outside I leave some sticking out, so that way the birds can get it. And as they pull that out, then on the inside where it's packed in there, that helps pull that out. Yeah.
I put it up next to the two birdhouses that I had out there. And so I went out all spring, and sure enough, there was some stuffed in the birdhouses. They used it.
Right.
But I think some other birds must have used it because there was a lot there, you know, on this thing, about that big around. But unless the wind blew it away,
Well, I'll tell you what. Do you still have the ball?
everything's gone.
Oh, they.
One of those big buzzards.
Because
They
I
pick
would
that up.
Uh,
I'd restuff it for you.
It's gone. It's gone. Yeah, but it was kind of neat to kind of watch it kind of go down in size and everything, and knowing that it was being put to good use.
Yeah.
It was interesting. Well, July 18th.
July 18th from noon to 4, tasting the competition. Well, is the whole time, but the judging takes place at 3 o'clock.
Right. Tell us your address out there.
Yes, 6316 Root Road. Now, for those that don't know, you know where Raceway 7 is. Once you get to Raceway 7, start slowing down, because the next road is Root Road, and you're going to turn east. But you'll see our sign. You'll see the big sign that says Feed Our Community, and you'll see the big sign that says Alpacas and Gift Shop.
And how far down from Route 7 is your farm?
3/4 of a mile.
Okay.
And it's easy again to see. Once you get there, you'll see signs and, you know,
Sure.
flag and all
Sure.
that.
Okay.
We'll make another date to come up back on, okay?
Love to.
this. And if you talk to Renee, remind her that she needs to come on, or maybe even come on with you, whatever
Sure.
you guys want to do.
Sure.
We want to promote this. It's a very good thing for the community.
Yes.
Thank you.
Desperately needed.
Thank you, Glenda, for coming in. Appreciate it.
Well, thanks for
Enjoy the
having me.
day. It's beautiful out
It's
there.
gorgeous out there.
Yeah.